The economy has been in the downhill because of this pandemic. In order to prevent the threat of the virus, local facilities such as schools, shopping mall, company building uphold to certain protocols. One of these protocols include the sanitation facilities that the government issued these local facilities to function, to keep and to prevent the people from the coronavirus. Every facility that are functioning now in this pandemic are following the protocols that were given to them, and with this the right track in regaining what is lost in our economy will ultimately be restored. The implementation of these sanitary areas has greatly reduced the threat of the coronavirus. That being said, researchers are worried that the small possibility of spreading the virus, such as the transmission of coronavirus through indirect physical contact, this possibility is very small and may pose a threat to our country if not monitored properly.
While everyone was tasked to stay at home and use eye masks and keep social distancing to limit the spread of the virus, that alone is not adequate enough to eliminate the spread of the virus. Having an automated alcohol sprayer is a good thing to have. However, some of the problems that the past researchers had to encounter were the following. Number 1. How efficient does the automated alcohol sprayer in terms of A. Function, B. Antimicrobial mechanism. Question number 2. How will the device help lessen the effect of the pandemic?
As significant as everyone's hands are doing their job, they also lead to the spread of numerous infections, since most work settings, such as latrines, toilets, and even dining establishments, are shared. There is a high chance of infection transmission between the workers, even with the excellent office cleaning. There are several forms of dispenser in the market. However, if you want something new and appealing, sensor technology built, then the sprayer is the way to go.
Few people are aware that automated sensor products are more hygienic to use because they do not require human interaction and run automatically. Since people don't have to contact or push some sort of button to get alcohol to wash your hands, the automated alcohol sprayer is more comfortable. They have automatic sensors that can bring out only a small amount of alcohol at a time. So while everyone is struggling with COVID-19 and people are taking a lot of care, hands must be washed at least 10 times a day. You can set them up in your office or at your residence. There's no way to get corona if you don't make contact with it.
Feature of the automated alcohol sprayer use a sensor that makes it easy to use and limit the spread of the virus so that we can avoid touching the surfaces. However, the study is for research purposes. The researchers want this study to be the basis for other studies and products for other future researchers that want this study to use as a marketing product. This can greatly help the people with low income and help little business.
Materials and methods. In building the automated sprayer, the researchers will use various tools and recycled materials to abstain the researchers from spendthrift. The researchers will be spending affordable and recyclable materials. Preparing the materials. Organize the materials and the workspace that will be used. This will make the project easier and faster to do. Next, prepare a hand drill, a glass jar, aquarium tubing, and a DC water pump for the next step. Making of the sprayer. Using the hand drill, puncture an 8mm hole at the center and a 1mm hole next to it, on top of the lid of the glass jar. Next is to cut the aquarium tube identical to the height of the glass jar and adding 20 centimeters.
After that, the researchers will force fit the aquarium tube to the outlet of the DC water pump using a zip tie to fasten it in place. Then cut the excess cable from the zip tie. Finally, place the water pump inside the glass jar and insert the other end of the tubing to the 8mm hole and insert the other end of the wires through the 1mm hole, then close the lid. Working the circuits. First step, place the breadboard on the workspace and insert the PIR sensor and tip 120 in the breadboard. After that, using the electrical wires, connect the signal pin of the PIR sensor to the Arduino Uno's analog pin 0. Then, connect the power pin of the PIR sensor to the Arduino Uno's 5V power pin. Then, connect the ground pin of the PIR sensor to the negative side of the breadboard. After that, using electrical wires, connect the base pin of the tip 120 transistor to the digital pin 12 of the Arduino. Next is to connect the collector pin of the tip 120 to the positive wire of the water pump, and then connect the emitter pin of tip 120 to the positive side of the breadboard. And lastly, connect the negative wire of the water pump to the negative side of the breadboard.
Program the sprayer. Connect the Arduino Uno to the computer using a USB cable and proceed adding the code. Calibration and testing. After piecing everything together, the researchers will test and calibrate the alcohol dispenser using the Arduino and the affirmation code.
To make the automatic alcohol sprayer, we need to buy these 4 items. These items are 100 that costs 376 pesos, 1 glass jar that costs 100 pesos, 1 aquarium tube which costs 120 pesos, and 1 DC water pump which costs 25 pesos. The total price amount of these items is 631 pesos. In these 4 items, the hand drill is the most expensive, while the DC water pump being the most cheapest. All of these 4 items can be bought at Shopee.